You know, if
Anyways,
there's one thing Chip loves to do, which I don't love to do, is talk about myself. But Chip, on the other hand, he will he will walk down the street and find someone to talk to if he doesn't have anyone to talk
That's
to.
one-on-one.
In those hips, and we all want to see those tips. You got wheels and high heels. Everyone knows
everybody, and this is another episode of Max One-on-One. I'm here with the one and only, man, one of the last Mohicans, I would say, in rock and roll, man. You're one of the last true rockers, man. How are you, Chip?
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. There's a lot of us out there. I'm one of many, but very grateful. Get a chance to play music every day. It's something to brag about.
No, man, like you do what you love, you know, and rock and roll, man, it's not easy, man, to be a rocker, you know, like touring. So, what are you up to these days?
Basically, what everybody else is doing. I'm sequestered at home, no handcuffs on, no. Doing my radio show on Dash, 6 days a week.
Nice.
Recording new music over at the studio, at my studio here in Blue Island, Illinois. Real nice little place. I'm just trying to stay busy, working on a lot of different records for many musicians, okay? Because that's what we do now. We pass around stuff and we play in each other's records. So
that's awesome.
I've been real busy working on quite a few things that I think are really interesting, and hopefully people will get them next year. One of them that's out right now, but as a matter of fact, is that David Ellefson record from Megadeth. I'm singing on a track on his album, which is called No Cover.
Okay.
And I think that's pretty cool. I got a John Anderson track coming out from Yes, too, where I'm singing along with him and Kip Winger.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Like a We Are the World type track, and it's massive, too. As a matter of fact, the guy from Iron Maiden's playing drums on it, Nico McBrain. So that's pretty cool.
Dude, I love Nico McBrain. He's
a lot of people
the craziest guy, the craziest drummer, man. That's awesome. I love it.
No,
Very
he's
cool.
a good cat. I remember Steven Adler telling me he was out, I think it was in Germany, they were touring with Iron Maiden, and they were drinking at some little bar and having a great time and loving each other, and a lot of respect there. And then Steven said something to him. I don't know what it had to do with, like something about, something when he was out in the fields, if you wanted to know if did he plant flowers or something. It was a silly thing. And Nico McBrain reached across the bar and tried to attack him on the strangle Adler. So then Adler left the hotel. Because he was scared, he had to leave. And he ended up going outside, and it was pouring snow out, and he forgot where his hotel was. He was walking around the city of Germany, trying to figure out what part. I think it was in Berlin, trying to find his way back home because he was afraid Nico McBrain was going to work him over and break his neck.
Oh my God!
And I think Gene Lou Ponte's on the track as well. A fabulous violin player, along with other guys too. Sean from John Anderson's band playing guitar on it, and I think there's a few other illustrious musicians that are on that John Anderson track that is soon to be released. And then the band called Cold Stars from Mars, which is the old band Fuzz Bubble. I sang on a track on their new record as well. So, awesome. These small little things, I hope they come to fruition. And next year, these songs out there, because there's some good music that's outside of Enough Snuff I want people to hear.
Absolutely, man, and I'm very happy that you know that you're active and I'm making music. That I love your music. I continue with talking about music. There's an event on Thursday, that is Meat Hook. So on Thursday, the Kiss Mass 2020 is gonna happen. I think it's Thursday and Friday. Oh, no, Friday the 18th and Saturday. So you guys are invited to be part of a gig.
Yeah, we are. It's they have it every single year. I guess it's affiliated with Kiss.
Yes. And
I see all the artists that were on there. I was pleasantly surprised because I've never met Jean Bevois from the Plasmatics. He's going to be playing.
Yeah, man.
Wonderful artist, great bass player, wonderful singer. And then I know Rick Derringer's on there along with some of Slash's band.
Yep.
I think Todd Kearns is for sure going to be on that.
Yeah.
Along with Ace Frehley's band, and those guys are all friends of ours. We toured with Ace for years, so go back with him 30 years. Yeah, so everybody will be sharing the stage together. I think it's a 2-day event. I know I fly in on the 18th, and Eddie Trunk from Sirius XM is hosting it.
Awesome.
So I think it'll be great. He'll be drinking that loudmouth soup, and we'll be hanging out together. He lives his life vicariously through all the bands.
Awesome.
And I think we'll have a good time. I got Tori flying in from Boston. He's doing a new record, by the way, right now. Corey Stoffrig, and it's fabulous, too. Guy's a 6-trick pony. Plays rock, pop, country, metal. He's a cook. He's a dog walker. He's a 6-trick pony. Nice. And I know Dan, my drummer, he's flying in from Chicago.
Yep.
And he's been doing a bunch of new music as well, too. Blues stuff and movie soundtracks. The guy's fabulous.
Yeah, very cool.
So we're all staying busy. Steve Ramone will be with me as well on that run. And fabulous guitar player.
Yeah,
we'll all go out and we'll play a show, and we'll come back to the cold weather again. It's beautiful, Florida.
I know.
75 degrees. By the way, when people hear shows, they go, "Oh, you guys, are you being cautious and respectful?" And we certainly are.
Yeah.
You have to take a test before you go into the venue.
Okay.
After you take your temperature. I don't know any place that are doing that.
Yeah.
Then once you pass it and you're okay, when you're clean, you're negative, then you're allowed to go into the show. It's master warranted. A 1,000 seat venue that holds I think they're going to house 150 people in there. So it'll be a live show for a special 150 people.
Yep.
Along with a live streaming show as well, so people can watch it at home.
Yeah, that's the Meat Hook.
All these guys are sharing the stage. It's going to be fantastic, bro. And I think it's 18th and 19th.
Yes.
And it's in Sarasota, Florida.
Florida, exactly. And you can also, like you say, you can join online. I think it's only $20, and you can see the whole event 2 days. I mean, what is $20 between friends, right? So
well, it's nice to be. It's not just nice for the bands, but for all the crew guys who have been suffering all this time too. They get a chance to get back up there and set the gear up and put a rock show together. And without crews, there's no bands. Okay, you got to have guys.
Exactly.
You got to have road manager and guys that do stage hands and sound guy and a monitor guy and all the people moving the gear. It's a lot of responsibility. They're very important to what we do for a living.
Absolutely, brother. So, so one thing I don't want to forget, if you happen to jam on stage with Chambi War, that's I highly recommend if you can do that, or invite him on stage with you. Dude, that guy is insane. Chambi War, I interviewed him. I saw him live so many times. He is the dude, man. He's amazing. He's amazing.
I remember in the old days watching the Plasmax. We opened the show for the Plasmax, actually. And right outside of Chicago in Indiana years ago, and they were absolute. Richie Stott, I love him on guitar. Yeah. The band was solid as a rock, and John was just really a great foundation for that band. They had a wonderful show. It was more listening with your eyes instead of their ears. But if you did take a chance and give the records a proper listen to, you'd find out that those cats were accomplished musicians. Songs very, very well put together.
And in United States, in New York, in the late 70s or mid 70s, early 80s, where it was very, very difficult to be a punk band, like amazing, dude. So, Chip, let me go a little bit. You just released like a few months ago the Brainwash Generation. So tell me about that record, man. I love it. There's one song I tell you right now. I think it's the second track, Fatal Distraction. Oh my God, that's my favorite song in the album.
Listen, I appreciate that, and that's a song that Donnie and I penned together. So
nice.
So it's nice for us to cross paths, and we've never stopped loving each other. Just we don't see each other all the time. So to be able to put a record together and have him be a part of it was, I think, very nice. I think fans love it as well.
Yeah.
The rest of it's a good, rock solid record at the end of the day. I think it's really a good glitter rock record.
Yeah.
And it shows all sides of the band how we are. Yes. And I think the songs are basically what the common denominator is.
Exactly. And
tunes
but let me tell you something, because I interviewed Donnie Vie, like a month or two ago, and he told me something that kept spinning on the back of my mind, that when he first met you, okay, he was more into the pop and you were more into the rock or hard rock, and he said something very humble. He said, "Yeah, I learned a lot from Chip Snuff. So I learned a lot from him." What did you teach him? I mean, what do you think? Something about probably the hard rock that he didn't know about, touring, about the stage. What do you think it was?
No, it's very kind to him to say that. I think I'm older than he is, so I think I'll get knowledge on when it comes to different bands, and I helped express his and open up his vocabulary. That's all. He already had it. The guy was happy. He was singing his ass off as a little kid. So the talent was always there for him. Just opening up the history books and sharing my discography of music that I got from my parents. I think
Nice.
that was probably one of the biggest things
Right.
right there. I mean, there's many things. We looked out for each other for
I know.
30 years.
I know. I
We
know. I know.
covered a lot of ground. We traveled around the country, did everything together. Some of the greatest moments hanging out with Lemmy and Donnie, or being out with Guns N' Roses, or crossing paths with Tyler and Aerosmith
Yeah.
backstage, and all those Letterman performances, and being on the Howard Stern show plenty of times.
Yeah, late
It was
night
always
show.
favorable. Yeah, there's just so many memories and wonderful things that we shared together, and I think we both help teach each other a lot of different things about life, and that's what a good relationship is all about at the end of the day.
Man, it warms my heart that you guys are talking nice to each other, because at the end of the day, life is too short, and we just need to get along, and dude, that made my day actually. Chip. So very quick, so again, going back to the show this Thursday, meethook.live, you can go to that website to buy tickets. And what are the repertoire? What's the song list that you is the classic Enough Snuff? Are you going to include new songs, like for example Metal Heart? Metal Heart is, it made me believe again about rock music. When I heard Metal Heart for the first time, I was so happy, because I said, okay, rock and roll is not dead. So it has all the ingredients that I love in a song. Are you going to play a mix of new songs and old songs? Or I know sometimes the shows are short, like the time they give you to perform is short, so probably you have to put all the classics.
I think we're going to mix it up. We usually do. A standard classic Enough Snuff set, of course, but there's always new songs thrown in a set. And I'll make sure that Metal Heart's in there, because it's a great rock song, I think.
Yeah.
It shows all the little things and imperfections of Enough Snuff,
Oh my God, I
and
love
our
it.
vulnerability as a band,
It
along
has-
with the strength that we have, though. The guitars in it are incendiary.
Oh my God.
It's a strong glitter rock track.
Yeah,
But you're gonna get all the songs from the early records all the way through to even, we'll do Fatal Distraction, as a matter of fact, which is a
Very
wonderful
cool.
one to put in the set.
Awesome.
I want to mix it up. I just don't want to live on the laurels of just the hit songs. I'm grateful for those, and I'm glad we can say we've had hits. But I think the new songs are hits as well. In my eyes, they are.
Dude, I love it. And I'm telling you very quick, when I saw you guys last year in 2019 at the M3 here in Maryland, M3
Yeah.
Festival. So I was interviewing somebody, and you started to play Metal Heart, and I heard the first tunes, and I said, I'll be right back. And I started to run like a little girl that runs to see the Beatles, like those movies. So I was running to see you guys perform. I didn't want to miss that song. And dude, you nailed it.
I appreciate that. That
You
M3
nailed it.
Festival in Baltimore
Yeah.
is just absolutely a great place to go see rock bands. Every single year they have it, where there's a dozen bands that play for 2 or 3 days. Guy that puts it together knows what he's doing. It's very
Awesome,
successful.
awesome.
They love rock and roll out there. That's I call it Kicks country. That's where
Man.
those cats are from.
Yeah, man. Kick
They're
is,
very, very successful out there.
yeah, man. It's
but
huge here in Baltimore.
You'll see these festivals opening up next year. We got quite a few dates. You look at enoughsenough.com, you'll see all the shows that we have coming up for 2021. But they're all going to happen around June.
Okay.
And there's a couple of shows a little bit before then in some of the places, but for the most part, once this vaccine is distributed and people feel better about and more comfortable about themselves,
Okay.
you're going to see tons of concerts. It's going to be the Wild Wild West, but still we're a little ways away from that. So it's nice to be able to have this concert at this Christmas show
Yeah.
in Sarasota, Florida for the fans. So they get a chance to know that, hey, guys, we haven't forgotten about you. We wish everyone a good holiday season and enjoy the gig, and we'll see you next year. It's a celebration and hope that next year
Absolutely.
things open up and you'll see bigger shows of not just bands like Enough's Enough, but I'm talking about the massive gigs like the U2s and the Aerosmith and Rolling Stones. Those are the ones I look forward to seeing, to be honest with you. And the little concerts with the smaller bands and the bands that are just coming up, like the Greta Van Fleets and the Rival Sons Vintage Trouble and Dirty Honeys, all those new bands, they're going to be out there for sure. You can't hold everybody down. They're going to want to play the shows.
Yeah.
But let's do it the right way where everybody feels safe and secure.
Yeah.
And then we can move forward.
Absolutely, Chip. I want
So this show right here will be social distancing gig.
I know.
Masks will be worn. Tests will be taken.
Yeah.
We're going under the stringent laws that are provided right now. And then we'll have a nice show that everybody can celebrate and get ready for what's about to happen next, which it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to see you live again. I cannot go. I was going to go to this show in Florida, but for some other, issues that I have, I cannot go see you. But dude, I cannot wait to see you live again, interview you backstage. I love you. Thank you for the music again. Thank you for this opportunity, for this interview, man. I wish you the best. Keep rocking because, it makes my heart happy. Okay. Thank you so much, Chip, for your
I appreciate that, my good friend. God bless you and your family as well. And I wish everybody out there a happy holiday season. Check me out on dashradio.com. Dash Radio, download the app and get it for free. Go to Monsters of Rock. That's right, Monster Rock. That's my show. And I'm on with tons of heavyweights that are on there too. Rudy Sarzo's got his own program on there. Michelle, all the girls that are over at Dash Radio, Kylie Jenner, of course. Let's not forget Be Real from Cypress Hill, Dave Navarro.
Wow.
It's a plethora of different musicians, got our own program, dashradio.com. Check us out. In the meantime, God bless you, bro. Thanks for talking to me. I appreciate it.